Sharing the amazing garbage of manhwas I read in February, starting from the worst of the worst, which I consider boring, to the best of the best, which I consider peak. Apocalypse Cockroach gives me a buff. This was pretty pretty boring. Very interesting premise with him becoming a cockroach guy after he dies. It has like a Kaiju number 8 mix with how he got started cleaning up shit and stuff and gets turned into a cockroach. But the MC is insufferable, very bland, so I couldn't keep on reading and dropped it after like 5 chapters. Next up are manhwas I put in the C tier, which I consider average. Light of Arid. This one wasn't bad. Really crisp art, great characters, but it was just really hard to understand the game. The MC gets transported into a game called Dungeon Fight Online, and I do not know the game. So if you have a basic understanding of that game, then you probably enjoy this manhwa more, but I didn't. So I was getting lost on what the guy was doing. Yeah, it was really hard to follow what the point of everything is doing. Yeah, a lot of people had that similar issue. That's why a lot of people dropped it over time, but the art and the characters were really good. It's just really hard to follow what the end goal of everything is doing is. It's starting to just feel random, like World After the Fall. World After the Fall had that same issue. Great art, great characters, but just what's the point of everything he's doing? He's doing that, he's doing this, he's doing it feels random. Art and the characters can only carry you so far. There needs to be a very solid end goal. I wish it did something like Pick Me Up, where at the end it provides more context on what happened. That's what I liked about Pick Me Up. At the end there's a little cards that provided some context of what happened and stuff. Pick Me Up is also one of my favorite MC going into the game type mangas, which I'm currently marinating. Next up is I can't say this name. The English name is The Evil Alchemist Can't Handle His Own Experiment. Plot of this manhwa was pretty good, but the plot can't really carry it so far. Everything else was pretty average and generic. There's a massive reason people were attracted to read this on the manhwa site I found it at, which also interested me as well, but this doesn't really have much going for it. So I found it as pretty much a guilty read. I just didn't have anything really good to read at the moment, and it was a good waste of time. But I don't see myself reading any further. Bloodhound Regression's Instinct. This one was not bad. The beginning wasn't bad. It had a great start with how the guy was brainwashed, but it slowly started falling off from there and into a basic generic type story of saving the king, not saving the kingdom, more like him just building a harem. It feels like it lost progression it had in the beginning. In the beginning, he was brainwashed by the king. For the first 10 to 20 chapters, I was really enjoying it. It's how he's going to overcome the brainwashing and stuff. But then the story steered off of that brainwashing aspect, and that's the aspect I enjoyed. How everybody got brainwashed, and in this second run he needs to avoid the brainwash. But suddenly he's able to just completely ignore the brainwash for no reason, and nobody was getting brainwashed. So I really didn't have any other reason to enjoy it. If the main difficulty, the brainwashing, was completely ignored in the second run, the story turned into a basic action manhwa with just building a harem and him getting overpowered over time and stuff. So yeah, I read it all the way to the end, finished season 1, but I'm not really gonna give season 2 a chance. It just feels like all the rest of the other generic manhwas I read. Now up to B tier, which I consider decent manhwas. Blink, Master of the Magic Academy. Yeah, I like the struggle the MC has to go through with his blink ability. He uses that ability to basically blink. Yeah, that's the title. His ability makes him blink to avoid stuff, and it's the only ability he can have. So it's really hard for him to fight people because people don't have that disadvantage. So yeah, pretty interesting power system, and him using clever ways to fight with just the ability to teleport from one place to another. He basically gets transported into the game is played and stuff. And yeah, I'm really reading for the creative ways he uses his blink ability, and this one's not bad. A tier, which I consider good manga. Starting off with Surviving the Apocalypse. My rating of this is slowly going down over time. I'll say this is an A-, but it's still pretty good. He's trying to survive in the apocalypse, and he's he just has a lot of baggage with the survivals he's trying to protect all the time, having to compensate for all their faults. And I feel like they're really holding him back from doing cool stuff, but I like the direction it's going, the art and the story, so I see myself checking it out again. I caught up to it after letting it marinate for a couple months. That was pretty decent. Right now the got stuck somewhere where I stopped. The got captured because the girl was too slow or something, which is stupid because they exaggerated that the girl is the fastest girl alive. Dash pun, but yeah, she is the fastest girl alive, and no one can ever catch her. And she's the first person that gets caught, which was pretty bullshit. But yeah, I'll see how it is in maybe 6 months. I let my mangas marinate. I hate waiting weekly. Revenge of the Iron-Blooded Sword. Yeah, I let this one marinate for a long time. I think it's been almost a year I last read it, and I decided to binge from chapter 30 all the way to its current chapter 100, and it's pretty good. I like the journey the MC is on, and yeah, just the progression of how he's solving the evil of his clan, the Baskerville clan. I just gotta marinate it again, but yeah, it was a pretty good read of 60 chapters or so. Yeah. Oh yeah, I also like the JoJo faces he keeps making sometimes. It was pretty fun. Next up is Ordeal. I think I read this one this week actually. Season 2 just started, so that's pretty cool. Che is a pretty cool guy. He's really farming aura this new season. I don't know what's up with him, but he's just been acting cool. He's been acting different this season, and I'm getting a little annoyed because I need him to start showing off his new moves. The current fight he's having right now, he's just getting glazed that he's holding back. All right, man, stop holding back. Finish him off. Everyone just glazing. He's not what he seems. He's strong. It's like, all right, man. But yeah, he got married. Progression is pretty quick, which I like. He finished his training arc, gets married. Now he's trying to fight to destroy the evil Kimyo, which is that blue guy. Yeah, I can't wait to see more of this, but I feel like I'm gonna marinate it a little longer than most. Maybe till it gets up to 200 chapters, because I'm just gonna marinate it. Leveling Up with the God. Decent manhwa I found this February about a guy using the power of gods to save the world. It has a lot of mythological references, which is pretty cool, with Wukong and Zeus and Odin, which is pretty dope. I'm surprised I didn't discover this manhwa for so long. It's the type of manhwas I enjoy, but it was probably because of how many hiatuses the author went on. He is really battling something serious. Every 10 to 20 chapters, it'll just be a chapter 0.5, and everyone knows what's going on when a 0.5 appears right next to the chapter. There was a funny thing going on in the comment section with this. We're calling him leveling with hiatus because of how many hiatuses he kept getting, because the name is Leveling Up with Gods, so he's leveling up with hiatus. But apart from that, pretty dope action manhwa with a lot of god references. Can't wait to see where this one goes. Then Regressed Mercenary has a plan. This one has one of the best choreographies I've seen. Really well done. I think I'll move this one up to S actually. Its choreography is really good. But yeah, I'll move it up to S, and yeah, it was just a pretty good read about knights fighting, and the MC is a badass, so that's pretty dope. Next up is Childhood Friend of Zenith. I like the art style, really good, and it's a merm that I actually liked, which surprised me. I don't really like merm much, but it's not focused really on the cultivation aspect. Muram has too much cultivation lingo. It turns me off, but they keep it pretty tame and just focus on the action scene and sequence, which is pretty cool. The MC is going on an adventure to fix his wrongs on this second run. In his first run, he was like a demon type king of a clan and was serving demons, but now he's trying to make up for his wrongs. And yeah, the art's pretty cool, and he has a lot of love interests, which is pretty crazy. Just every 10 to 20 chapters, he gains a new love interest. I think where I'm at now, he has like 4 to 5 love interests. He's just catching them all like bunnies or something. So it's gonna be a pretty crazy amount. Now we're going to move to the peak, to the best of the best I read in February. Starting off with Eternally Regressing Hunter. I found this one last year, so read it after marinating it for a bit. I stopped reading it at chapter 10 and came back because I've been missing it a little bit. But yeah, I feel like reading this one weekly. It's really good. I really feel like reading it weekly. But I gotta hold back. I don't want to wait week by week. But yeah, it's a really good ReZero type manhwa. The guy gets stronger as he fights. Surprisingly, has really good comedy with the main character too. It was a pretty good read. I love everything about this one. The genius magician who sees the rainbow. This one is pretty new. I feel like it's between S and A, but I'll just leave it in S for now. It's not bad. The guy is about a guy who doesn't have emotions, and he sees emotions in other people as rainbow colors. So that's pretty cool. And he uses the emotion rainbow colors to fight other people. I thought the guy would be edgy, but he isn't as edgy, which is good. I hate mangas that are overly edgy. I used to like him more, but I'm slowly not liking him as much. Examples like FFF, Trash Hero and stuff. Next one I found, Ultimate Shut-In. Title pretty much says it all. It's a guy that can't leave his room and has powers to do stuff while being in a room. Yeah, this is a pretty good reference of his power. He just stays in a hotel he owns and can help a lot of people. Really good read. It's a survival type manhwa. The guy's trying to survive a crazy apocalypse and he's using his powers to help others and power him up. I really like his power system, which is why I'm reading this, and the power system is really good. It basically gives the soul leveling system to other people, which is a pretty unique aspect of a power system. Normally in these type of stories, the MC has like a soul leveling power system, but he can give people the soul leveling power system. He can give them quests to do and make them stronger. So it's a pretty cool switcheroo that I like going on. A genius who sees the world. This is a cool one. I think I made a video of this manhwa. I can teach you human behavior and psychology. You probably won't pass any classes with it, but there's some pretty cool stuff to learn about people and how they behave toward things. Yeah, he's really knowledgeable about people's everyday behaviors and can use it to solve clues to mystery. The way he thinks is very fascinating, which is why I love reading this one. So I can't wait to marinate this one a little more. I can see other cool ways he thinks about people and solves clues. I feel like he's a little bit of a sociopath, but I'm not sure yet. He got like some kind of double personality disorder going on, because there's an evil him. But that's another interesting bit about this